You've probably already noticed that when you've done some of your most passionate writing, that it came out at such a speed that you were having a difficult time keeping up with it. I can guarantee you that every bit of writing that has positively affected you in your life has been done by an author who is also writing at that same speed. What does that speed equate to? That speed usually equates to above 1,200 words per hour. Why is the speed so important? Because the faster you write, the less time you have to think. And quite frankly, when we're expressing, our biggest adversary is thinking. So we want to make sure that we're writing as fast as we can when we are writing. And so it's important to measure your speed as often as possible. If you're following my methods and you are writing in longhand on large lineless pieces of paper, which I hope you are, thank God, I hope you are, let me give you a little formula on how to calculate your writing speed. I'll wait till you get a pen handy and a piece of paper. Okay. Simply calculate the number of words in an average looking line. Write that number down. Multiply that by the number of lines you wrote, and you'll have what your writing speed is. Time yourself for an hour. Time yourself for an hour. You want to be writing at a minimum of 1,200 words an hour. The average writing speed when a person is writing a book is 1,500 words an hour. At one of my Write Your Books in 5 Days retreat, the average writing speed is approximately 2,200 words per hour. So what does that equate to logistically for you? Well, my suggestion, if you're doing this on your own, is that you write 2 hours a day, a minimum of 2 hours a day. So if you're writing 1,500 words a day, 1,500 words an hour, excuse me, 2 hours a day, you're writing 3,000 words a day. My suggestion as well is that you write 6 days a week. So you'd write 18,000 words a week. The average length of an American adult book is usually around 60,000 words. So it would take you just over 3 weeks to complete that book if you remain consistent. If you remain consistent. Now I know some of you are thinking, no one writes a book in 3 weeks. Well, Jack Kerouac used to write a book in a few days. You know, when the muse used to visit him, Jack would not even allow himself to sleep because he wasn't sure when the muse would visit him again, and he'd write a book in a few days. Well, you can write a book quickly and easily. In fact, the faster you write, the better you're going to write. Because 95% of the errors that you could make as an author are directly tied to inappropriate left brain intervention. 95% of the mistakes you could make are directly tied to inappropriate left brain intervention. So in other words, the faster you write, the more complete and effective and finished your book could be and should be. And keep in mind though, keep this basic fact in mind. When you're using my method and writing using my method, you're not creating a book. Functionally, you're releasing a book. A book is coming out of you, and frankly, you just want to get out of the way and let it go. So when you're writing your book, don't read. In fact, let me step back a moment here. When you're doing your writing, 3 things to keep in mind. 3 things to keep in mind. Number 1, write as fast as you can. As fast as you can. Number 2, don't read, judge, or edit your writing. Don't do that. In fact, I don't even want you to look at it until the book is done. Number 3, always write what you feel. All good writing comes from the heart. That's what makes writing challenging. To be an author, you have to bare your heart. So many people are afraid to do that, but you're going to do that using this system. So again, write as fast as you can. Do not read, edit, or judge your material. And always write what it is that you feel. And then, what I'd also suggest, for the first few days using this method, I would double check my writing speed every hour just to make sure I'm writing as fast as you need to outdistance any left brain intervention. Again, that's a minimum of 1,200 words per hour, preferably 1,500 words per hour. The key to being able to do that again, going back to lesson number 4, is having the right writing utensil and the right background. And either you're writing at the right speed or your writing is not going to be what you want it to be. So focus on always maintaining the right speed, and everything else will take care of itself.